Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. So let's get into it, y'all. What's the deal, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. What's going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into the mess for today, let's get into the church announcements. You know we have to do that. So you do know that today is Monday, which means that tonight is the whether you like it or not panel, which will be over on Yakrati's platform. But unfortunately tonight, Sakina nor Josiah will be in the building. But I don't know who y'all is going to put in as a guest. I don't know if there will even be a guest, but I do know that me, really be y'all, and yeah, the four of us should be present. But I did give them options for a guest if they wanted one. Okay, so make sure you guys tune in to that. Also on Wednesday, make sure you guys tune in to Roast and Review with me, T, and JoJo. We will be coming together to talk about tomorrow's episode of Love and Hip Hop ATL. Okay, so make sure you guys tune in to that. And also be on the lookout on August the 1st. We will be releasing the release date and the first promo for Boys Night Out. So you will know when the show is coming back and all that stuff, because we definitely got the dates and all that good stuff. Okay, so make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. All right. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's mess for today. All right. All righty then, because we already did a yes or the mess about Carly with her lying ass. So now we're about to go ahead and get into some more stuff for the day before we get into this panel. All right. So let's get into it now. Okay, we're gonna start this thing off with, we got some sad news right now for Jazmine Sullivan. Okay. From what I saw on the neighborhood talk, this is what is going on with her. Okay. Jazmine Sullivan has revealed her mom has passed away due to breast cancer. She announced it on Instagram. She said, "I don't have the words yet, mommy. So for now, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Now rest now, butterfly." That's very sad to know that has happened. You know, it's always, it doesn't matter what age you are or anything like that. It's always a sad thing when you learn about someone losing their mom. I think that's probably one of my biggest fears is losing my mom. That's probably one of the most important people in my life that I love so much. I love my mom. I don't know what I would do if she wasn't here. So just to know that Jazmine Sullivan lost her mom to the thing that is breast cancer is the worst thing in the world. Cancer is probably the worst thing to lose somebody to. Cancer is a history on my mother's side of the family. My great grandmother died of stomach cancer. One of my aunts died of breast cancer. My uncle died of throat cancer. I think another one of my aunts died of lung cancer or throat cancer as well. It's been a lot of people in my family that have passed away from cancer. So it's a very scary thing. And whenever I see this, anybody being diagnosed with the C word, it gets me on edge because I know how this shit turns out. And you know, with my uncle passing away from cancer like 2 years ago, and for me to watch him perish day by day, to see him get skinnier and skinnier, not being able to talk anymore. Like I remember I went to Detroit. This was back when I was dating somebody. I had went to Detroit, and then I think he was talking before I left. Like he could still talk. He could still do things for himself. When I got back home that Sunday night, it was done. He could not talk. He could not do anything for himself. So it's crazy how things change over the course of a few days. So my respects, my prayers go out to Jazmine Sullivan. I'm pretty sure that she's not in a space to be in the public eye right now. So if you guys love Jazmine, if you love her music, if you just love her as a person, if anybody that knows her personally is watching this video, me and the Scotty gang would definitely send our prayers and our condolences out to Miss Jazmine Sullivan. We hope that you're in the best place and have the best peace of mind dealing with this. So shout out to Jazmine Sullivan. We sorry for your loss. So that was the first thing. Then the second thing is this is another loss that we're here talking about, and that is Miss Quad. Okay. Now, this just came out this well. So let me go ahead and go on back up. We're about to go on and pull this up. This I also found this on the neighborhood talk. I thought this was a very, very sad situation. So it was brought up on the neighborhood talk that there was a 3-year-old girl who reportedly drowned at Quad's home. Okay. At the time that they first put this out, there was no real information. So this was the very first post. So now I have to go ahead and get into the other post that was. So let's go ahead and get into it. So it says that neighbors, now this is sad. According to police reports, okay, obtained by WSB TV, a 3-year-old girl has reportedly drowned at a home in Atlanta. The home is reportedly the address of Quadria Webb, also known for her main cast role in hit TV show Married to Medicine. According to WSB TV officers determined that the child was the daughter of Tamika Webb from Memphis, Tennessee. She was identified in the police report as Ariana Rice. The police report also listed the Marietta home as Rice's address, and it also stated that the child was just at the home for a month-long vacation with the mother being present. Quad previously posted photos of Ariana on her Instagram page. Police reportedly showed up to the home after responding to reports about a drowning. According to the police, they were advised that a 3-year-old girl had drowned in the backyard swimming pool. Firefighters could be seen giving the child medical aid upon arrival. They took her to Scottish Rite Hospital, where she unfortunately passed on. 2 men in the house spoke with authorities and claimed that when they discovered the child in the pool, they thought it was a doll. After realizing, they pulled the child out of the pool and called 911. The police report lists the drowning as a tragic accident. Quad Webb has not commented on the child's death or said what her exact relationship is to the child. It is unclear how the child got in the pool. Okay. So they asked for the thoughts of people. And let me just look at the comments. I hope these people are not being toxic in these comments. But Storm Monroe, shout out to him. He said, you got to have lock gates around pools, especially with the little ones. Such a tragedy. Okay. Then Miss Shonda Denise said, the main reason I don't have a pool, kids will jump in unsupervised. Poor thing, rest well, and send this lady your prayers also. I know she's going through so much. Okay. Someone says, my heart goes out to Quad. We have a pool, and it has always been my biggest fears. My family thinks I'm paranoid. Pools are nice, but also very dangerous. Okay. This is heartbreaking. She loved that baby. Kids cannot go unsupervised. Rest in peace to the little girl. Man, I hate reading about little ones drowning. It's so preventable. Okay, so that's pretty much um the gist of this particular story. Okay, that's the gist of the story. This is something else that is very sad and very tragic. I hate seeing this type of stuff. Honestly, I hate hearing about you know death of younger kids. It's always a big tragedy when a small child passes on. And another thing about it is it just goes to show you how short life really is. Like you really don't be knowing what's gonna happen or what's gonna go on. This child was only 3 years old, so she didn't even get to live nothing. Like she don't remember nothing. You know what I mean? Not don't remember nothing, but she didn't get to live at all because she was only 3 years old. So she didn't really get to see a future. She didn't get to see anything. And it's so sad when a small child or a baby or something, but that's literally a baby. Yeah, that's a toddler, but it's a baby. It's always sad when the baby passes on so early on. It's always a sad thing to see. And my heart and my thoughts go out to Quad and her family. It really does. It's a lot going on right now. So yes, my best wishes to Quad. And just like I said, about Jazmine Sullivan. Um, Give Quad your prayers. I'm pretty sure that she's going through a whole lot of things right now. This has to be a sad situation for her. And I just want everybody to keep her in your prayers because this is a lot for anybody to deal with. Like it's a whole lot for somebody to deal with. I don't know if I could ever deal with something like that. You know what I mean? It's got to be the worst. So shout out to Miss Quad, and my thoughts and my condolences go out to you. All right. So the next story that we're going to go into is the story about Mr. DJ Mustard. Okay, Mr. DJ Mustard. Now, apparently, he's been going through this battle with his baby mama and the child support thing or whatnot. And I think they've come to an agreement at this point. I'm trying to pull the story up right now because I've done a story about DJ Mustard many times before, and it's been mainly talking about the situation with his baby mama and the child support. Now, if I don't, I thought I saw it on the shade room. That's why I'm going. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to pull it up on the shade room. But if I can't pull it up on the shade room, I'll just go to the Jazmine brand and get it from there, honey. Because that's probably where I can just go get it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Jazmine brand and get it from over there because I knew. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to talk about it because it's crazy how many child support cases are out there right now. Y'all just need to take care of your damn kids. Seriously. Okay. So, okay, I've already pulled up the Jazmine brand. So let me go ahead and go down a little bit to this story with DJ Mustard. Okay. Did I go too far? Because that's what it looks like I did. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. So that being said, we're about to go ahead and get into this article. So the original, what did the original article? Okay, the original article was from July the 7th, okay, 2023. And it stated that according to Radar Online, the award-winning producers of Strange Wife Chanel Terry submitted an emotional statement as a part of her request for $80,000 per month in child support, claiming that despite begging for payments to be limited to $23,000, her ex is still living a high life. In her declaration, Chanel claimed that DJ must have refused to co-parent with her or communicate with her civilly in front of the kids. She added that his homes includes multiple assistants, various wardrobe stylists and hairstylists that my children and I used to benefit from, a private basketball court, a gym, a pool, and a home garden that we build in which our kids enjoy. She also said that 2 months after leaving, DJ must have took the family vehicle, a Cadillac Escalade, forcing her to drive her Lamborghini truck, which is highly uncomfortable and inappropriate because the back seats are unsuitable for their son's car seats. Lastly, she stated that Mustard disputes her request for financial aid. He brags about his spending on social media, including showing off a special pair of Nike sneakers that he wore, which are currently up for auction for around $200,000. Chanel asserted all of this in an effort to persuade the judge to grant her the $80,000 to guarantee that their three children's lifestyles are maintained at both residences. Okay. DJ Mustard filed for divorce in 2022, citing irreconcilable differences at the time. And Chanel remarked that I found out must have filed for divorce via social media out of nowhere. Now, one argument or disagreement was had leading up to this. Mustard insisted that I leave the family home and start over. She also continued on by saying, I only took the belongings with me, no furniture, no toys for the children, or book were taken when I moved out. She said that her soon-to-be ex-husband offered to cover her rent for 6 months. However, support was only given to me to cover for the first 6 months, but I never saw the money. Must have paid the money to my landlord so I couldn't use any of the money for anything outside of that. Regardless, Mustard wants the judge to uphold a signed prenuptial agreement. Now, that was the very first story, and I think I touched on this story back when it first came out. Now, here's the update. Now, DJ Mustard scored a significant win in his ongoing divorce battle with Chanel. As previously reported, Chanel was seeking $80,000 per month in child support from her famous ex in order to ensure that the three children's lifestyles are maintained the same at both residences. Amid the former couple's legal back and forth, Chanel claimed that DJ Mustard's motion to have payments set around $23,000. He claimed he can provide more financial assistance for their children, as he often brags about his lavish lifestyle on social media. However, it looks like a judge has sided with the record producer, and he's reportedly been ordered to shell out $24,000 and $24,500 a month in child support payments. Spousal support for Chanel has been settled with a one-time payment of $315,000. In addition to the court ruled that DJ Mustard could keep all of his assets, including cars, properties, jewelry, and music royalties, according to reports. Despite all of this, it's still unclear when the would be officially finalized. However, the music professional recently filed a request for a status judgment, which would allow him and Chanel to have a single marital status as they continue to work through their separation. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty much the gist of this story with DJ Mustard and his wife, and well, ex-wife, and this nasty divorce. When I don't know how y'all feel, but when he said that he would pay her first 6 months of rent, she said she never saw the money. He gave the money to the landlord so she won't spend it on nothing else. I can't sit up here in front. I probably would have done the same thing. I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie. Normally, I would be on the woman's side, but I ain't even mad at him for that because I don't know what you finna spend his money on. I told you I would pay your rent and all that good stuff, and that's what I did. I paid your rent. You don't have to see the money. If I tell you that I'm gonna pay your rent, then baby, I'm gonna pay your rent. You know what I mean? And that's what he did. So she said, so I don't know. It's clear that she wanted more than she was bargaining for, I guess. But according to the decided with with DJ Mustard, you know, his money making them same damn West Coast beats over and over again, and got these girls a hit record and stuff. So, you know, that's the gist of that, because, you know, I ain't really mad at him for that, because it's just like, yeah, like, I don't know. Sometimes when these divorces go in the wrong direction, they tend to sometimes it goes in a direction that it don't really need to go in, and then we figure out that this is just a ploy for more money. And you do have to realize that you did sign a prenup, girl. So at the end of the day, you can't do nothing but abide by what the prenup said. So that's all I really got on that. But I really do hope that they're able to be amicable for the sake of the damn kids, because the kids and what they feel is way more important than any type of petty shit that they got going on. And that's just some real talk. For me, that's real. Like, don't nobody care about none of this. But at the same point in time, y'all gonna do this in the public, then baby, y'all got to get y'all business together and make sure that the kids are not too affected by everything that's been going on with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the gist of that. So we're gonna move on to the next story, and the next story involves two messy people, two people that I don't really care that much about, and that is Mr. Jason Lee and Ra Ali. Apparently, you know, they've been beefing and stuff like that, and you know he got a problem with anybody that's affiliated with Miss Nicki Minaj anyway. You know that already. But apparently, what happened was Ra Ali confronted him for being an internet gangster, and Jason Lee called security on her. I'm sorry, called security on Riley. So apparently, you know, Riley owns this blog on Instagram called Its Own Site. You know what I'm saying? And I guess she posted it. So let's go ahead and get into what was said and done in this video. Let's get into it.
Are you calling for security and help? Are you calling for security and help, Jason? You have got online. Excuse me a moment. I'm not going to touch him. You have got online and you have disrespected my family, my child. Hang on a second. You're not going to trust me. It's not going to go. Give me a moment.
If you want to do it, you can do it somewhere else.
Quietly talk.
Please, man. I'm going to have to ask you.
You have disrespected my child. You've disrespected my husband. You've done all these things, and I try very nicely now that I see you in person to approach you, and you're scared to get up from the table. And that's wild to me as a man, for you to have been so disrespectful, and now you're scared. No, and now you're scared. No. And now you're scared. But we're face to face, you and I. No. Don't try to bring people's name into it. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know you do have to leave, right? I gave you an opportunity to speak like a man. I gave you an opportunity. You disrespected my child. And you understand that that's different, right? But you wouldn't get up because you're all that talking you've done. All that talking you've done. And now you're scared to get up from the table. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. You know that you always have to come face to face with the people that you disrespect, right? You do realize that, right?
You're interfering with whatever issues you have with each Can I help you, man?
Are you calling for security and help? Are you calling for security and help, Jason? You have got online. Excuse me a moment. I'm not going to touch him. You have got online and you have disrespected my family, my child. Hang on a second. You're not going to trust me. It's not going to go.
This is not
Give
the
me a
place to do
moment.
that. If you want to do it, you can do it somewhere
I'll
else.
quietly
You can't
talk.
No, please, man. I'm gonna have to ask you.
You have disrespected my child. You've disrespected my husband. You've done all these things, and I try very nicely now that I see you in person to approach you, and you're scared to get up from the table. And that's wild to me as a man for you to have been so disrespectful, and now you're scared.
No,
And now you're scared.
man.
And now you're scared. But we're face to face, you and I. No. Don't try to bring people's name into it. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know you do have to leave, right? I gave you an opportunity to speak like a man. I gave you an opportunity. You disrespected my child, and you understand that that's different, right? But you wouldn't get up because you're all that talking you've done. All that talking you've done, and now you're scared to get up from the table. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. You know that you always have to come face to face with the people that you disrespect, right? You do realize that, right?
You're interfering with everybody's whatever issues you have with each other.
Are you calling for security and
All right. First of all, I must say that that was hilarious. And I don't care for neither Ra Ali nor Jason Lee. They can both kill each other for all I could give a to be honest. I don't like now one of them. So let's be real. However, comma, that was funny. And I don't even like Ra like that. But I will say that I'm glad that somebody has put Jason Lee in his place because he do feel like he can sit up, talk about people, run his mouth about people, disrespect people all day, every day, and think that there's not supposed to be any type of repercussions for the things that he say. He has talked about this lady like a dog. You feel what I'm saying? He has talked about her child. He has talked about her husband and things of that nature. And it's not, you can't get away with doing stuff like that. Some people are definitely gonna see you for the shit that you say. And if you it and you're confronted with it, then you may as well get ready to own up to what you said. I already know that the farther I get in this blogging thing and the farther I give it this YouTube thing or whatever you want to call it, I have said things about people. Some of these people may have seen what I said. Who's to say that if these people see me out, that they're not liable to slap the out of me because I was talking shit? One thing about me, I can stand up for myself and I can stand up on my own. If I was ever confronted face to face, I will own every little thing that I said. If I said it, I motherfucking said it, okay? Period. I'm never gonna back down from not a damn thing that I fucking said. And that's just the truth. I'm just being real with y'all. This ain't me being bootsy badass or none of that other bullshit. I'm just saying, if I ever came across any of these people that is sat there and talked about like that, I don't have to meet them where they are. These web reality people, they have seen me. They tell me, you talk your shit, blah, blah, blah. But they never got mad with me because they know I said, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. There's nothing else that needs to be stated here. I said it. Okay? Jason Lee talks way too much about people to be so damn scary. You got to be able to back up your and if you can't back up your then you might need to just shut the fuck up. Many people may not like Tasha K, and that's just on y'all. Many people may not like Tasha K. One thing about that mother right there, she ain't gonna never back down to if she said it, she mother said it, and that's just on facts. Period. So we're gonna move on to Miss Jess Hilarious, who has been a part of the discussion for quite some time now, ever since yesterday and the day before that. And I don't really want to go back into this shit here because I'm over this conversation. I hate it when this conversation happens. But apparently her and another trans woman by the name of Angelica Ross, I don't know anything about Angelica Ross. I think she's an actress. But Angelica Ross made a tweet or something like that. And I guess Just Hilarious came into her DMs about it and about what she said. So what we're gonna do is, because I'm scrolling back over here to the neighborhood talk so we can get it, because that's one of the first things that I saw when I was getting ready to do this video. Okay, so I found it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the original tweet that was posted. Okay, so this is the tweet that pretty much sparked Jess Hilarious's DM. Okay, it's from Angelica. The trans girls are going to show Jess a new way to bleed. We call it reading for blood, and I promise you, girls don't no part of it. I've been trying to keep the girls calm, but there's only so much I can do. And then you see the picture down at the bottom where it says women. You know that's really Hilarious look like, of course, which is a hot mess. Okay, so then that's what Hilarious slid into Angelica's DMs, and Angelica put it on blast. Angelica stated, "You still couldn't produce, even if you tried. If you tried, homie. Andrew, a new way to bleed, huh? A lot. Y'all got more and more stupid by the fucking days. The gag is, we got it. You're never gonna get it. Never get it. Okay." So that's what Jess Hilarious had to say in regards to what Angelica said in regards to that. So let's get into it, okay? And I'm not gonna this long because I'm completely over this conversation. After the video that I did yesterday, I was over it. There were people that understood what I was saying, but then there was some people that just refused to hear what I'm saying, because at the end of stuff like this, I try to see things from every standpoint, every single standpoint. I try to see it. I understood it from Harris's standpoint. I didn't agree with her delivery of it, but I understood what she was trying to say. Her delivery just threw the message all the way in the trash, but I got what she was trying to say. And I also got what the trans woman, what T.S. Madison was saying. For me, like, I was being bullied yesterday by the community. I felt like I was being bullied yesterday. I didn't say anything negative against neither side. What I said was, what is being, when you say that, and I'm not going to say women, because a lot of people don't like women. And that's another thing that I also feel like we have to address in this particular conversation. As LGBT, men, women, trans, non-binary, however you choose to, identify yourself. We stand on doing what's best, respecting the pronouns, respecting how we present ourselves, respect what we identify as. If you identify as a trans woman, you want us to identify as she or her. If you identify as a trans man, you want us to identify you as he, him. If a woman states to you that she does not want you to call her cisgendered female or cisgendered woman, don't call them that. It's very equivalent to when I say bitch and a woman comes to me and say, I know you don't mean nothing by it, but I don't feel comfortable with you calling me a bitch. Because as I say that word a lot. Some of my female friends don't give a fuck because we call each other bitches. But then there's some women that's like, I don't like that word, and I won't call you that. It's all about respect. Everybody has to respect everybody. Okay? Just like transgender people want to be respected, we have to respect the other side. Just like black women want to be respected, they have to respect the other side. Nobody has to agree with about anything. Nobody has to agree with it, but we have to respect it. You know what I mean? And I don't like this conversation, this trans women versus women conversation, because we can't never come medium. We can't never come to a clear understanding about it all. Because one side feels like they're not being heard, and then the other side feels like they're trying to be erased. And both sides are oppressed figures. Black women are definitely oppressed. They get disrespected on the daily. They're the least protected beings on this earth. Trans women, you hear about a murder about a trans woman almost every day, and it don't even be the type of thing, like it don't even be certain situations that can really be, pretty much avoided, but sometimes they get, killed for just being trans. But same with black women, that it happens to, like, it's a lot of things that happen that they can relate to, but it's this thing between trans women and black women. And the thing with me is, people be saying, well, why you don't never speak? I'm not trans. As I said in my live that I did yesterday, I had went live for a second yesterday. I'm not trans. Yes, I'm in the LGBT community, but I don't identify as trans. So I will never know their struggles as a trans woman. I'm not in their shoes. I don't get it. We all have our issues. As black gay men, we have our issues with society. As trans women or trans men, they have their issues with society. We all have our issues with society, but we all have different experiences. So I always say, when it comes down to transgender people, I'm ignorant to it because I'm still learning. I don't know that much about trans people. I don't even know many trans people. I'm just now I'm from Mississippi. It's not ever so often I see a trans person walk in my neighborhood. The only trans person that I knew personally was a cousin of mine who was going through transition before we fell out. So when I speak on stuff like this, I have to be honest and I have to be real about my thought process. And just because I'm in the community, it doesn't mean I have to agree with every little thing that's being said, or I have to go along with everything that's being said. I see it from both sides. It's a respect thing. Everybody wants to be respected, but no one's respecting each other. That's the way that I see it. And that's all that I was saying. But I couldn't make neither side happy with my video. Because even though I was understanding to the black women that feel the way that they do, I was still being misjudged or written off because I said I did not like Just Hilarious's what is it? Her delivery. I didn't like her delivery. With the trans side, I sympathized. I get it. That's not good enough. I'm dragging Jess for her opinion, for her point of view. Now I'm a pick me, and I'm out here frolicking around and pandering to black women who don't like me. But let's be real. There's people in the LGBT community that don't like me. They don't even support me. But I still speak up on LGBT issues regardless. I can't make everybody happy, and I cannot please everybody. I try to see things from both lenses. It's not just one side of everything. Then people try to compare it to race. That's just like saying you can see why white people are racist to black. It's not the same damn thing. This is not about race. This is about gender identity. And what does that mean to two different groups, black women and trans women? That's what this is about. And I see the struggle on both sides. What the fuck is wrong with that? Trans women want to be accepted. Black women want to be protected, and they don't want their womanhood to be erased. I don't feel like trans women can erase anything from a woman. You feel what I'm saying? When we talk about trans women and how they can't have, menstrual cycles or give birth, people turn around and say, well, trans men can. Yeah, because they were born women. That's why they can do it. That's the reason they can do it. Because they were naturally born a woman. that doesn't just be and the subject is not trans men, and trans men is never the topic. That's never in the public. There's many trans men out there. We don't know that because they don't speak loud. It's never men thinking that trans men are trying to steal their manhood from them. It's always a complete struggle with Black women and trans women, and it's very unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And none of us can really do about the shit. It's just what it is. So I say all that to say, I hate the argument. I don't like the argument. It's never going to go nowhere. And everybody's entitled to their opinions and everybody's entitled to their thoughts. I personally should not be criticized for trying to see things from both angles. I'm a commentator. I'm going to see things from both sides every single time. I'm not a one-sided person. I see things from both angles. I fully understand what both sides are saying. I don't see why that's an issue for anybody. I'm not trying to be no pick me for no straight community. What the for? I'm gay as what the you talking about? Get a grip. You can't bully me into saying anything you want me to say. Can't nobody bully me. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, and that's just that. Okay. I still stand on what I said. I see it from both sides. The trans side and the women's side. Trans women's side and the Black woman's side. I see it on both ends. I'm sorry. And if that makes me a bad person, then whatever. So we're going ahead and get into the last story of the day, and that is Miss NeNe Leakes. Apparently, she is doing an interview with Carlos King. Is the part two? It's two parts, and I will be covering it. So I hope y'all ready for my commentary because y'all know I love to cover the shit now. So I'm definitely gonna cover it. But the clip that's out right now is NeNe Leakes basically speaking on the recent arrest of her son. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, shout out to Housewives of ATL for posting this clip. We're about to go ahead and get into this now. So let's take a listen. Let's talk about it.
How is Bryson doing?
I spoke to him on the phone. I think he's doing okay. He needs rehabilitation. He needs a lot of counseling. Like many families out there, I have family members that are struggling with drugs and certain addictions, and he has an addiction. He's been struggling with it for years. He's been in rehab for a couple times, and he still have come back out and relapsed. As a mom, just to watch it is, my hands are tied. You know, he is 31 years old. He's an adult. He has three beautiful children who I adore. He has a wife. It's not much that I can do. For people who have had children or family members that have been on drugs, they know that they have to be ready. Mm-hmm. They have to simply be ready. You know, I've spent so much money on trying to get Bryson, you know, where he needs to be, but every time I've sent him off, it's because I said, you are getting your ass up and we are sending you off. But I learned through counseling myself that he has to say, I'm ready to go, not me making him go. So until Bryson is ready to make a change, it's nothing I could do. As a mother, I would never wash my hands of my child, right? But I'm kind of numb to it, because it's been happening for so many years. I'm just really kind of numb to the situation.
Obviously, your children were brought up on reality television, being famous because their mom is famous.
Yes.
Do you think Bryson being famous and dealing with being on television, all those things, affected his ability to be the adult you wanted him to be? Did it contribute to the drug usage and those things?
You know, I don't have to say I don't think it helped. but I wouldn't say this the sole cause of it. It certainly didn't help because we started on television when Bryson was like in the 11th or 12th grade and Brent was in 3rd grade. And so they're having to be in a light shine on them that they did not ask for. People are picking them apart because of the job that I chose to do. And so I feel for them in that way, but there's just issues that he has. And I don't know addiction because I don't have an addiction. You know, I just know from what people have said to me. But Lamar Odom also called me and said that he would grab Bryce right away and send him to his place. He has a rehabilitation place somewhere.
How is Bryson doing?
So that was NeNe, and she was basically speaking on Bryson's arrest and his drug addiction and stuff like that. And I did not expect for NeNe to be that open about it. And normally she's very guarded when it comes to her kids. Understood. And normally she don't want to speak on her kids publicly. Understood. But I'm glad that she's open because there's a lot of people that's dealing with what she's dealing with. She has a son that's in trouble, that's dealing with addiction. It's addiction that he's been fighting with for years. Sometimes people are able to fight that addiction and they're able to win the fight. Then there's sometimes people continue to fight with it. For years at a time, they continue to fight with it, and sometimes they never really win the battle. And that's the unfortunate part of the situation. But I'm glad that she's come out, and I'm glad that she's talking about it. And it makes me it's getting me to gear myself up for the rest of this interview because I'm definitely going to cover it when it comes out. But I appreciate NeNe for coming out talking about this because like I said, you never know who you're going to touch. It's a lot of people that deal with people that have an addiction, and we really don't understand addiction unless we went through it. I've had family members, I have a family member currently that deals with addiction, and there's only so much that I can say or do when it come down to this particular person. And I never put them on blast, but it's only so much that I can do when it come down to it because I really don't know because I ain't never been in no situation. I've never been addicted to drugs. I've never been an alcoholic. I never done none of that. So I don't know how you can get past it or get out of it, but hopefully with Lamar Odom stepping in to help out, which I think is a great gesture, a great situation, he may be able to come out of this. It's always some light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what. You feel what I mean? So it is what it is. So I will talk more about this when I cover the interview that she's doing with Carlos King. Y'all know I'm going to do it. Y'all know I'm definitely going to cover this story, right? So it is what it is, okay? So with that being said, that's pretty much all we got for Yes for the Mess for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys rate it. If you're new to the platform, I hope you guys are subscribed to the platform and just click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. Y'all, I'm almost at 8K followers on Instagram, and I have 2 goals this year. My goal is to hit 10K in Instagram followers before the year is over and to hit 50K on YouTube before the year is over. And I'm almost at both of those goals. So help me get there, y'all. And with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. I will see you guys for the panel tonight. Bye.